very happy 15th anniversary to Aotearoa Resettled Community Coalition. We are celebrating our 15th year of success and growth. We want to thank the founder members, leaders and visionaries from different ethnic backgrounds of the Democratic Republic of Congo, Sri Lanka, Tamil, Sudan, Iraq, Kurdish, Burundi, Ethiopia, Eritrea, Afghanistan, Somali, and Ugandan. Today, ARCC expanded into 26 member organizations from 20 different countries. With the support of the Ministry of Social Development Settling In team, especially Jenny Janiff and Anne Dysart in 2006, they sowed the seeds that we are reaping from today. The 15th anniversary of the Aotearoa Resettled Community Coalition marks an exciting journey that started with baby steps. The ARCC was established in 2006 as an incorporated society under the name of Auckland Refugee Community Coalition, with the support of the Ministry of Social Development as part of its Settling In initiatives, and later supported by the Department of Labour and part of Immigration New Zealand with the initiative Strengthening Refugee Voices. The name was updated in 2016 to better represent the resettled community true status. The organization started with the advocacy and the representation of diverse ethnic representative leaders at monthly meetings, regional and national forums, events, and community consultations. Its developed strategic direction plan has focused on creating new projects and programs that result in livable memories over the years. ARCC works to sustain our collective ethnic diverse cultures and to ensure all new residents and resettled communities' voices are heard. Their well-being will be improved by better settlement support services to settle, integrate and thrive in Aotearoa, New Zealand. ARCC aims to create a caring and supportive family and community environment that fosters engagement and maintains positive relationships. It works on the values of a human-centered approach. This human rights approach drives our work by advocating and educating against ongoing patterns of injustice. New residents and resettled people arrive with a vulnerability that is sometimes increased by resettlement service providers. For example, labeling and name-calling new residents as refugees, former refugees, or refugees' background can lead to race discrimination, victimization, marginalization, and public misinformation by the privileged majority and the system. The ARCC is an active community organization participating, engaging, and collaborating with stakeholders in various events, including the annual Regional and National Refugee Resettlement Forum, the International Annual Tripartite Consultation for Resettlement, World Refugee Day, held on 20th of June each year, the Annual General Meeting, when ARCC members are kept up to date each year, Auckland Resettlement Sector Annual Summit, Staff and Volunteer Meetings, fortnightly and monthly, the Governance Board Members Meeting, every 2 months, allowing for 6 meetings a year. The organization's management, staff, and board bring with them their own lived experiences and are driven by motives of empathy that add value to local, regional, and national issues in the New Zealand resettlement sector. ARCC has been an integral part of the establishment of 2 national organizations, Refugees Sector Strategy Alliance and New Zealand Refugee National Network. Both these national organizations aim to provide a national collective voice for forced migrant communities. ARCC regularly collaborates with various organizations, such as Living Wage Aotearoa, UNHCR, Amnesty International, and consults with and informs members of the New Zealand Parliament and local MPs. Locally and regionally, ARCC established the Auckland Refugee Family Trust, which is run by an independent trustees. The trust aims to support financially the ability to pay for air fees to reunite new residents and resettled people of New Zealand with their loved ones through a family reunification scheme. Through partnership, ARCC and Auckland Regional Migrant Services established programs such as early childhood education, safari multicultural playgroups, and women's empowerment project, WISE Collective. Also, over the years, ARCC has produced a number of research projects and community consultations resulting in publications including Strengthening Refugee Voices Initiative from February 2006 to February 2019, New Zealanders Now, From Refugees to Kiwis, Beyond Refuge, Stories of Resettlement in Auckland, Resettlement Patriots, A Decade of Settling In Stories from the Auckland and Hamilton Communities, Improving Resettlement Outcomes, What Can Be Learned from Men from Refugee Backgrounds, Community Consultation, Yes, We Can, But Together, 2013, Community Consultation, Hear From Us, Not About Us, 2019, Tumanako Table of Hope Model of Practice, 2021. Community Driver's License, Open Road Program from 2016 to 2018. Currently, ARCC is in the process of conducting two important community projects: Bridging the Gaps Action Research and When We Became New Zealanders campaign, as part of the Resettlement Journey to Aotearoa New Zealand campaign. These projects are designed to increase the social presence leading to a higher level media campaign and a national tour in 2022. The above projects and publications were initiated to explain to and educate service providers and the New Zealand public on the settlement and integration challenges and opportunities. The objective was to help these agencies offer more focused support in education for new residents and resettled people from a forced migrant background. The projects seek to provide a platform where the voices of youth, women, men, and the elderly of forced migrant background communities can be heard and understood. The programs include Members Leadership Network, Women Leadership Network, Youth United Voice, Elderly Social Hub, Auckland Resettlement Sector Steering Group. The new residents and resettled people legally immigrated under the mandate of the UNHCR for resettlement. The settlement is an official agreement intended to resolve displacement disputes involving conflict and persecution. The New Zealand resettlement process is an excellent outcome for individuals, families, and communities who have made New Zealand their new home. However, at times, they can be vulnerable when some NGOs and the system unintentionally marginalizes them in the process of attempting to support their meaningful settlement. They then again feel victims in their new environment. The ARCC continuously works hard and advocates and educates against victimization and marginalization, working tirelessly to improve the system practices that support forced migrant communities. ARCC's approach considers the importance of the Māori values of manakitanga and kaitiakitanga, undertaking that obligation with an emphasis on maintaining and protecting our identities by telling our stories ourselves. Over the years, ARCC has been led by different leaders with a one-body executive committee for 8 years by Elias Balcha with 2 terms 4 years, Kafeva Mandeli with 1 term 2 years, and Aban Yor with 1 term 2 years. In 2014, ARCC changed its direction with the financial support from the Tyndall Foundation. It reorganized itself into a 2-body structure, establishing an operational team and a governance board. This carried out with the support of NFP consultants in 2015. The governance board has been led by 5 different chairpersons: Kat Diodani, Amir Ozik, Sipa Gond, Jessica Smith, and Genevieve Cainbe. A big thank you to all the supporters, believers, individual donors, and funders, namely the Tyndale Foundation, Foundation North, J.R. Mackenzie, Auckland Council, Ministry for Ethnic Communities, and Lottery Grants Board, and other donors and contributors who help us succeed in every project and program over time, build confidence in us, and offer ongoing financial support of ARCC's work. Now, under the guidance of Genevieve Cainbe and her newly elected board, we look forward to ARCC continuing to play a leading role in further improving the resettlement process. This year, we're celebrating our 15th year of success and growth. Under the management leadership of Aban Yor, the current operational team is geared up and ready to take ARCC to a new level over the next coming years. We are grateful to the individual board members, staff, volunteers, friends, supporters, and community leaders, past and present, for the added value to ARCC's development over the years. Finally, a special thank you to all the Community Coalition representatives for their support and dedication to ARCC services. We are looking forward to furthering success and growth in the coming years.